right, I want to make sure that my levels are correct. Just tell me your name and the title and what you're running for.
Sean Shaw, running for Attorney General of the state of Florida.
All right, so today's primary election day. What have you been hearing? What's it like out there in the streets?
I mean, we feel good. You know, we visited a bunch of precincts in my district here, and I wanted to do that because those are the people that elected me to be a member of the House, and those are the people that allowed me to be able to run for what I'm running for now. So I wanted to be in my home district, certainly this morning, as I voted personally in my precinct and went around the various precincts. And look, it's active. There's people in there voting. I went to the early vote site as well on Sunday when there were souls to the polls, and there were a lot of people out there. So it looks like a lot of people are doing what they ought to be doing in this democracy, and that's voting.
So you say a lot of people were voting on Sunday, but what do you know about the turnout overall, either today or for early voting in general?
Well, we'll continue to be around. I'm going to Riverview after this, so we'll see. I mean, you know, a lot of the turnout is, I think, going to happen when people start getting off work and going to vote, or lunchtime. So these early, we were out there like 7 and 8:30, so that's kind of early. But lunch and after work, I know there's always a rush on election day, and from what we could tell, people are going to be going. They're excited, and everywhere we went. Certainly when I've been around campaigning during early voting, the majority of people in the room, when I asked them have they voted, had already voted.
Attorney General, let's say you're running in the general election campaign after tomorrow. What do you plan on running on?
Listen, you want an Attorney General who's going to go after people that are doing wrong, no matter who they are, because you have not had one. And so this race is going to be a clear distinction between myself on this side and my opponent on the other side. And, you know, how does the next Attorney General feel about gun safety? How does the next Attorney General feel about the opioid crisis? How does the next Attorney General feel about the legislature not implementing these constitutional amendments that the people tell us to do? You have me, who's going to be willing to use the office to go after certainly the legislature and make sure that we have a discussion about common sense gun safety reform in a holistic manner. And on the other side, I think you're going to hear silence on those issues from my opponent.
So gun safety, the latest tragedy in the news is someone brought a gun in from out of state. What could Florida law do to prevent something like that?
Florida law needs to make it so there's not so many guns on the streets and so bad people can't easily get them. That's an oversimplification of what the problem is here in Florida, and we've got to address that. Okay, there may not be a change in law that could have prevented what happened in Jacksonville. Maybe there could be, but we got to talk about it, and we got to have a discussion about it, and we can't bury our heads in the sand and just say the NRA and the Second Amendment runs the state and we won't do anything about guns. I will. The other side won't. That's going to be one of the things that we talk about in the lead up to the general election.
One recent controversy is that the current Attorney General of Florida spent 3 days on a cable news network last week. What do you think about the ethics of that?
Must be nice. Must be nice to be the sitting Attorney General of the state of Florida and have time to go on Fox News and audition. I won't have that time, and I won't do it. I think it is a travesty. It's awful, and not only looks bad, it is bad. And listen, I'm running to be the anti-Pam Bondi. The other side is running to continue her legacy and continue those sorts of things. People of Florida are going to have a choice.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.